After the encounter with Armstrong, Goku and Invincible set about thwarting his plans, obliterating every obstacle he placed in their path across each dimension. This forced Armstrong to separate them, sending Goku to an alternate world, while Invincible laid into Armstrong with a brutal beating for having harmed his family and banished his friend to an unknown location. Now that Goku was trapped in an alternate world, he had to face an evil variant of himself as he tried to find a way out. After a brief exchange of words, the two Saiyans vanished from sight in an instant, closing the distance between them in less than a blink. Their fists collided with a thunderous crack that shook the entire area, generating a shockwave that split rocks and cracked the ground beneath them. Well, you've got strength beyond what I expected, but can you keep up with me? We'll see about that. After his first attack, both fighters stepped back a few meters and began exchanging blows at blinding speed. Every strike they landed made the air tremble, and the burst of energy that erupted from their impacts illuminated the crimson sky. Alternate Goku fought with ferocity and no mercy, seeking to destabilize Goku with rapid, savage combinations. The weak always end up beneath the strong. At that, Goku blocked his variant's attack and countered with a punch to the abdomen. Alternate Goku staggered back several meters, grinding his teeth as he felt the sting of the blow. That's what you think. You're not capable of seeing how powerful trust in others can be. Pathetic. That's the difference between you and me. You think of others, and it holds you back. I only think of my victory. I have nothing to hold me back. Wasting no time, the variant lunged at Goku at full speed, unleashing a series of sonic booming kicks. Goku dodged each one with agility and countered every time with increasing force. You only use what you've learned to destroy everything in your path. That's why I can't afford to lose to someone like you. Hearing that, alternate Goku burst into laughter. Just empty words! I'll show you what I'm capable of! With that, alternate Goku rose into the air and charged a sphere of dark energy between his hands. Let's see how strong those feelings of yours really are! Saying this, the dark energy orb hurtled toward Goku, lighting up everything in its path. Without hesitation, Goku reacted instantly, forming a Kamehameha between his hands to intercept the attack. Kamehameha! The two beams collided mid-air, generating a shockwave that made the earth groan and sent debris flying. For a moment, they seemed evenly matched, until Goku focused his ki into his arms and let out a fierce shout. I'm not going to lose to my own shadow! His energy surged suddenly, overwhelming alternate Goku's power and pushing the wave back ever stronger. For a moment, the evil version of Goku felt his advantage slip away. Impossible! I'm a superior Saiyan! You can't! Goku's energy enveloped him completely, erupting in a blinding explosion that sent his counterpart crashing into the ground, leaving a deep crater. When the dust cleared, Goku descended slowly through the rubble, serious but without anger. You had the strength, but you never understood its true purpose. A Saiyan is more than just raw power. Alternate Goku tried to rise to his feet, his armor in shreds and his breathing ragged. So, that's what makes you so strong. Goku extended a hand. If you want to get up, I can help you, but only if you understand that power isn't meant for conquest. Alternate Goku let out a harsh, bitter laugh as he looked at the hand being offered. Help? Mercy? I don't need that from someone like you! In a furious outburst, his aura flared around him, cracking the ground beneath his feet and kicking up a cloud of dust. Without warning, the variant hurled himself at Goku, landing a direct punch to his jaw that sent the original Saiyan skidding back several meters from the force of the impact. I will never yield to someone as pathetic as you! Goku, calm as ever, wiped the blood from his lip. I understand. Then I have no choice but to show you just how far power can go when it comes from a pure heart. As he spoke, an electric current began to crackle around the true Goku's body. The earth trembled beneath his feet, and the wind pressure howled like a hurricane. Alternate Goku squinted, as Goku's released power was too great to approach. What is this energy? What are you planning? Goku closed his eyes for a moment, concentrating. I'll show you. With those words, a golden flash enveloped the battlefield instantly. Goku's hair stood on end, shifting to an intense golden hue that illuminated the surroundings. His aura burned like raging flames, and his green eyes now conveyed a serene intensity. This is the true strength that comes from fighting for others. This is the form a Saiyan achieves when their heart is pure. The alternate version of Goku froze for a moment, having never seen such a transformation. The pressure from the Super Saiyan's power was so overwhelming that the ground began to crack without him moving an inch. What is this? How can you have so much hidden power? When you learn to fight without selfishness or a thirst for destruction, your energy grows without limits. That's something you never understood. Alternate Goku ground his teeth, feeling a rage and frustration he had never experienced before. His pride would not let him surrender. So, with a torn roar, he gathered all the power he had left between his hands and launched himself at his counterpart once more. No matter how much you shine, I will destroy you! But before he could get close, Goku blinked out of sight and reappeared behind him. A single, precise strike to the back of the neck was enough to send the evil version crashing to the ground, motionless and out of key. Goku deactivated his transformation and knelt beside him. There's no point in continuing. It's over. In his final moments of consciousness, alternate Goku felt all the anger fueling him begin to fade, and for the first time, he doubted his own path. His vision blurred, the golden figure of the Super Saiyan the last thing he saw. As Goku gazed down at his fallen counterpart among the debris, he thought there was nothing left to resolve here. He closed his eyes for a few seconds and took a deep breath. It's time to go back. But how do I do that? While Goku pondered how to escape, something else was happening in another dimension. Mark stood covered in dust and dried blood from the beating he had just inflicted on Armstrong, who lay before him barely conscious. His body was broken from Mark's merciless blows, driven by the rage that burned within him after seeing his family threatened. Now defeated, Mark gripped Armstrong by the neck so he would listen. Now tell me, where is he? Where did you send Goku? Armstrong managed a weak, strained laugh as blood seeped from his lips. I think I underestimated you both. Mark tightened his grip. This isn't a game to me! Bring Goku back now! Mark's eyes glowed with fury he'd never shown before, and for a second, Armstrong felt genuine fear. All right, but understand this. If their fight continues, bringing him back is only the beginning of the trouble. I don't care! Open that portal or I'll swear I'll rip your arms off right here and now! After those words, Armstrong relented. With his remaining strength, he extended his hand, creating a portal beside them. In that instant, Goku felt a vibration in the air from the other side and looked up to see a portal forming in the sky. That must be my way out! Casting one last glance at his defeated alternate self, Goku lifted off the ground and flew straight into the portal, crossing without hesitation. When he emerged, he appeared beside Mark, who still had Armstrong by the throat, his expression a mix of relief and ferocity. Goku, you made it back! Yes, I finally returned! Seeing Goku safe, Mark released Armstrong, who fell heavily to the ground, unable to move. Now that Goku had returned, he took in the scene around him. Armstrong amid the rubble, barely breathing, and Mark's torn clothes revealing the brutality of the fight. Goku's smile faded as he watched Mark, understanding that despite Armstrong's danger, seeing Mark so out of control felt wrong. Wow, looks like you had a rough fight too. He did more than that, Goku. Because of him, my family was in danger. And because of him, you ended up somewhere who knows where. He deserves this. Goku remained silent for a few seconds, then placed a hand on Mark's shoulder. I understand your anger, Mark, but uncontrolled violence will only bring you pain. I taught you that you have to know when to stop. It's not worth it if it makes you lose yourself like this. Mark thought for a few minutes, as though his rage and reason were battling inside him, but finally he lowered his fists. I know, but it's hard when your family's at stake. I know. That's why we have to be stronger here as well, not just with our fists. He tapped his temple, referring to the mind. At that moment, Armstrong let out a shaky, painful laugh. That's all nonsense. The reality is, without strength, Without violence, you'll never command respect in the multiverse. You're weak. Goku narrowed his eyes, sensing Angstrom wasn't trying to provoke them. You're wrong. True strength is choosing when not to use it. But you'll never understand that. Saying this, Goku stepped toward Angstrom to speak to him directly. Angstrom, you have to send us back to our world. You created this mess, and you have to fix it. Angstrom coughed through his laughter. Sending you back is complicated. Maybe I could do it if I had the strength, but after the beating I took, I doubt there's much left. Don't you dare toy with us. I know you still have enough energy to open that portal. Angstrom narrowed his eyes, feeling his own weakness. Perhaps. Just perhaps. But I have no reason to help you. I've already lost. Goku and Mark exchanged glances, understanding that Angstrom was trying to bait them, but also that if they wanted to get out of there, they needed to act fast. Angstrom, you don't have much time. Your body's exhausted and you know it. You'll save yourself if you get us out of here. Angstrom squinted for a few seconds as he realized the situation. I suppose you're right, but know that if I survive this, I won't forget what you did to me.